Welcome into Locked On Cougars. This is your daily practice report. We were out at BYU football practice, not watching practice, but talking with players and coaches afterwards. The good news is, if you're a BYU fan looking forward to the season opener against Portland State, is that Jay Hill, if there's one person on BYU staff that knows Portland State as well as anybody, it's the former Weber State head coach. And let's just put it this way, I think there's a quiet confidence that he and the Cougars are absolutely going to get after it when BYU takes on the Vikings Saturday night. Here's his media session as he explains exactly what he expects from Barney Ball, why he's so confident in his defense, and in fact, what his philosophy will be in terms of playing the starters as long as he thinks it is necessary to secure the victory. Here's all that and more right here on Locked On Cougars.
You played Portland State before when you were at Weber State. Can you just tell us a little bit about their program and what you've seen from them?
Yeah, I have a ton of respect for Coach Barnum. I think he does a great job with this program. They're always tough. They always have good players, so I'm excited to see Coach Barnum again, but they have all of our respect and focus right now.
Obviously, you want to treat this as like a normal game going in with an FCS opponent. Can we expect to see maybe second and third stringers playing in the second half?
Well, we're going in this game to win, and our starters are going to be in there as long as they need to be able to do what we need to do to play well. Ideally, in all of our games, we get backups in there that get valuable reps, and we get guys in there that, because you got to have your depth, and so they need reps to be able to continue to progress. And so, yes, I would expect to see the twos in there this game and early in the game, because that's how we handle every game.
And Jonathan Bay is going to be out for this game.
Yep.
Can you just tell us a little bit about the depth at cornerback? So you have your top three. Can you just talk about who's up after that?
Well, I like Jaden Dunlap's done some really good things. Marcus McKenzie's done some good things. Coach Guilford's done a good job of getting that room ready. We know, obviously, Evan and Maury and Trey Alexander, those guys, I love the way they've played. Tommy Prassis is kind of going back and forth right now. And, I think that Tavion has done some really good things. So, bottom line, that corner group will be ready. Coach Guilford does a great job with those guys.
What do you like about TP, about Tommy, that makes him a really good nickel in addition to the
Well, he's fast. He did that a lot in high school where, he's covered a lot. I like his instincts and I like his toughness, so and his preparation. He does a good job watching film and trying to understand what I want him to do and doing it that way. He's been in the safety room for a long time, so those guys hear all the adjustments that we do in all the positions, so he'll be ready.
What do you like about the progress of Shea Ryan Strawber? He's number one on the depth chart right there fighting for time.
Yeah, Che's done a great job. We have 5 or 6 linebackers that I think are playing very well right now. Che and Ciale are in a battle right now for the max spot. Both of them are going to play a lot. I trust both of them wholeheartedly, and I think they both add a little different dynamic to what we're doing, and I can't wait to watch them both play. So,
A guy like Ace Kafusi's been putting a lot of time in an offseason. What does he need to do this time this season?
well, he's been one of the most improved guys on our defense. He's played very well this fall camp. He is going to play a bunch this year. He's a guy I trust right now.
Do you feel comfortable with the depth on the defensive line? I know there were a lot of questions that we covered you a lot with Arthur Cano and that group.
Well, the depth has got better. We've seen the emergence of Vil Pujas played very well. Bodie Schoonover's played very well. They give us some flexibility on whether to play those guys inside or to play them outside. I like that dynamic that they give us. The inside guys have played very good so far through camp, and we're faster and more dynamic off the edge this year. So I'm excited to see how it all comes together Saturday.
Big thank you once again to BYU Athletics and BYU Football for that video, and obviously a lot going on when BYU takes on Portland State. One guy that's going into his final season opener is Logan Latoule. He's been a stalwart around this program, a former transfer from Weber State himself. He also talked to the media during media availability and had a lot to say about what he expects from Portland State in the season opener, but also, as one of our Locked On Cougars Insider Group members asked me to ask Travis, will hear his philosophy on why BYU, not philosophy, but his thoughts on why BYU is be much better against on third downs this season. So here you go. Here's Logan Latoule speaking with the media.
How do you stay focused? You know it's an FCS opponent. You saw what happened last week, obviously, on tape. How do you not overlook that?
I think our coaches do a good job of keeping us level-headed. We have one goal, and it's to win went out for these next 12 weeks, and then we'll let the rest settle out after that. So we're just taking each opponent serious, respecting each opponent, but also doing our best to do our job. So, yeah.
How nice has it been this week to go? I mean, I guess you're still going a little ones-on-ones in practice and everything, but to be preparing for an actual opponent at the end of the week, are you kind of to that point where you're like, yeah, let's play some other football?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the whole team is at that point. We've been knocking heads for the last month, so we're excited to finally face a new opponent and, represent BYU and show what we got this season.
You were just named as one of the co-captains for BYU.
Yeah.
What kind of impact or leadership do you have on this?
I think for myself, I just want to push the goal of our team, which is to be Big 12 champs and to finish what we did in last year. And so for my role, I feel like I just have to push the standard what we have. I've been here, this is my 4th year, so I know what it looks like. I know what BYU football is about, and so that's why I feel like my role is just to push that standard and get us to our goals, what we set.
Logan, one of the weaknesses of this defense last year was getting off the field on third downs. How do you guys go about getting better on third down?
We've been actually surrounded by some great defensive line coaches, and a big emphasis on this offseason was our pass rush and stopping the run, especially on that first and second down. So I know that's going to correlate to those third and longs because last year we had a lot of, third and short. So we're going to focus on stopping the run on those first two, win first and second, and then third down we're going to get off the quarterback. Yeah.
You've been around a lot of defensive line groups in your time in college football in general.
Yeah.
How do you feel about just kind of this whole group in general, particularly the depth and the number of bodies that you have in there? Because that is a position on the D-line where you tend to have to use a lot of guys.
Yeah. For the D-line this year, this is probably one of the youngest groups I've ever been around, but I will say this is the most talented group I've ever been around. Like these guys came into college already at a level that most people aren't, and they're going to be big-time contributors, and they're learning the system well. They're like sponges, they listen to the veterans, and we're just excited because they got a lot of talent, and so it's exciting to be around these guys.
Any other questions? I mean, how does this defense feed on each other?
No, that's a great question. I think for us, we thrive off of juice. We made a lot of big plays last year, and that's what kind of got our defense going at times whenever we were in slumps. So I think the biggest thing is that when we all 11 do our job and execute and play at high effort is when we just are seeing big plays happen, and we're just all juiced up and ready to keep going.
There you have it, Logan Latoule speaking to the media after BYU football practice, and obviously a big thank you to BYU for sending over that video. Coming up tomorrow will be the offensive coaches. Offensive coordinator Aaron Roderick expected to address the media, and obviously we'll have plenty of coverage for you guys right here on your original daily podcast, the Locked On Cougars podcast. As always, thank you for your support of the podcast. Please continue to subscribe, rate, and review. Share with your family and friends. Make sure that they know this is daily BYU content that's available wherever you get your podcasts, also on YouTube. And of course, a big thank you to all of you once again for tuning in to the Locked On Cougars podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, where of course the motto is your team every day.